The military. Yeah, he hid, didn't he, blamed his heel spurs. He's quite happy to bully nations. I'll tell you what, we won't be bullied. No, that we won't. Has to be said, Canada, elbows up, had been, first on that front, I would say, regarding that tangerine palpatine Donald Trump, President Dum Dum. They were there. They've been led by Mark Carney, and they've been quite, how to put it, quite strong, to say the least. Standing up to Donald Trump, to the point of saying, well, no, that's over now. Our relationship with the United States is over. So what does he do? Donald Trump, that is. Well, he moves on to the next victim, or victims. A rather large economy of the European Union. And 27 member states. Used to be 28, but a whole load of numpties put that cross in the wrong box that they did. And left the European Union. A rather silly thing to do, and we've been suffering ever since. I'm quite lucky though. I'm here in France. Lovely day it is as well. Down the Au revoir there again. This is at Oradour-sur-Ver in France, in the Limousin. And it's a nice place. Still buy a house. It's a house there for sale. so, I tell you what, sell your one bedroom flat and you'll better buy that. Hey, I got chat this time. Nice one. It wasn't working last time I did it. Hello, Kenneth, hope you're well. And LJC. Britain or Australia? Ooh, that is a question. Well, a lot of Brits head to Australia for, well, some of my friends went to Australia, electricians. They're a lot younger then, though. That was a long time ago. But, they've done really well for themselves. They've got nice homes. Andorra. Bonjour. Bon soleil.
Oui, un beau soleil. Oui. Bonne promenade.
Hey, boo. It's quite nice down there. It's quite casual, It's just, it sometimes gets quite busy down this little voie there, which basically it's an old disused tram line. Now, France used to be literally peppered in tram lines, and obviously trains as well. Still got, but every single little town was connected by a tram. There's even one in my hamlet, or just down the road from my hamlet, about a kilometre down the road from my hamlet, where I live. Everywhere. That's how people used to get about. Obviously, the car destroyed that. And the bus service there is quite good. Everything is quite a long way away though. But they have a fixed fee. It's like €2, and you can go basically anywhere for €2 in this area. So we could go from here to Limoges, for instance, and that's €2. I could go one stop down the road. That'll still be €2 though. Which isn't quite so good. But yeah, it's things seem to work here. If I want to go to. If I need to go to the hospital, we know full well we're going to get treated in really good time. The doctor, you're not going to have to wait long for an appointment. Well, all I can say, like for instance in the UK, they've got a huge problem with people waiting in corridors, what they call corridor care, laying on trolleys. It is all, it's free at point of use and what have you, so there's no charges. But it's still... It's a backward turn it is. You see, for instance, when the UK left the European Union, we lost access to a lot of people. A lot of people who are working in the health service. The ironic thing is, those people who voted for it, if you can see what's going on in the United States as well, who voted to keep the Europeans out. Yes, we're getting too many Europeans taking our jobs and our women, they were. Right? And the fact of the matter is, they've been replaced now in the UK with Nigerians. People with black faces. Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible. Obviously not, but So, but they can't really speak out against it because they're, they know they need them. And some people do because they're stupid, It's, what they say, out of the frying pan into the into the fire. And racism breeds racism, doesn't it? Bigotry breeds bigotry. And it's is that scripture? I think it is, isn't it? I'm not a religious man, just so you know. But when you think that the more people have to complain about, usually people who don't actually have anything to complain about at all, but they see it as a problem because it's like the fear that it's coming to them. It's like NIMBYism, you know what I mean? Like, not on my doorstep, so to speak. And these people are who basically don't see much in the way of black faces or yellow faces, brown faces, polka dot faces, whatever. To me, it doesn't bother me in the slightest because, as far as I'm concerned, I'll judge people on who they are, not what they are. It's stupid, isn't it? It's just fucking racism. But it's the people complaining the most are those who don't even see it. For where I'm from in Norfolk, the especially Norfolk area, and the farmers especially were some of the worst who fared, and they didn't have this any not many anyway, people from ethnic minority groups and stuff. It was just stupid. It's like fear based on nothing, absolutely nothing. I suppose they see all the TV programs and stuff. Now, all right, just to let you know, my dogs are actually on lead, all right? The reason why they're on lead is, as I think it's on the 15th of this month, your animals have to be on lead. And so you don't upset the little birdies and the other mammals and stuff like that, so they can breed and stuff. But my dogs don't leave me. They don't. So as long as I've got them on the lead, I can quickly grab them, so I'm not too worried. I don't want a big fine. What I normally do, I have a long lead on him, right? It's actually a horse training, what's it? And then a short one on there, and I thread one through the other, and then I've got one lead because I've got 5 miles. Yeah, and if I get suddenly jerked and stuff, it sends me through the roof. It does. So yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance. I'm not in Britain at the moment. No, I am in France. I am. Lovely here, because I live in France. Hello, gingers. Time to get out of my bed. Oh, crikey, yeah, you're a little bit behind us here, aren't you? I don't know, are you 8 or 9 hours? 7 hours? Was it 6 hours? I don't know. You're on the east coast, so you'll be less time, won't it? Be 7 hours? Yeah, it's a lovely day. It's lovely. It's about 12:30. What's the time here? 12:30ish. 12:30, 1 o'clock. I can't see the time on my phone. I suppose I could look at my watch. And I could, yes, it's old school. I have a watch. 1 o'clock. So Donald Trump is trying to pile pressure on to the European Union if they want a deal. If you want a deal, you're going to have to do this and you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to take our chlorine-washed chicken. No, we don't want it. We have a choice. We have an option. And besides, what's the point of having a protectionist racket, like some people kind of call it, if you're not going to protect? It's a bit daft, isn't it? You just got to protect your people. Now, there's so much sugar in some of this food, as well as obviously other toxins. There's so much sugar in it. It's so many people, probably myself, because I'm overweight. I didn't used to be, but I am now. Crikey, since I had 5 miles, I've put on so much weight. Well, since I've been diagnosed with it anyway, and put on these drugs. But yeah, it's close to insulin resistance. It give you all sorts of problems. When people get older and they get a bit heavy and what have you, they start getting moles and stuff. That's cause for insulin resistance. Like skin tags and moles. Lovely. But yeah, anyway, Donald Trump is trying to get back on track. Donald Trump is trying to pressurise the EU to allow American meat and chicken, chlorine-washed chicken, hormone-injected beef into the EU market. Now, the European Union knows full well that would be an absolute disaster for them, because the farmers here will protest. They will protest big time, to the point that the EU would think, oh crikey, you'd be better off without this trade deal, Yeah, they wouldn't have it. What they'll do is they'll be blocking up the highways. They'll be dumping shit in the car parks. The hay bales we set alight to in Idle's car parks and places like that. They've been there, done before. Oh yeah, and also don't forget the muck spreading on the government buildings. Yeah, they've done that before as well. They know how to protest, I'll tell you. They don't just walk around with the friendly protests. Although they're friendly to people, but they cause a lot of disturbance. Now, when the Gilets jaunes, I don't remember the Gilets jaunes, and they were protesting against basically everything effectively. And I started joining the protest right at the beginning. I started joining the protest, but then it got silly. They got kind of it lost the essence of the protest, if you know what I mean. It became not aggressive, but it just didn't make any sense anymore. It was like it was hijacked. You know, it all became that anti-Macron, anti-this, anti-that, and the woman who started it, she just isn't what it was supposed to be about. You know, one lady basically was protesting about something. I can't remember what it was now, but it's a long time ago now. It feels like a long time ago. Besides, I get brain fog. So anyway, look at this. Look, we've got our bluebells are out. Look, ain't it lovely? Yeah, bluebells. Oh, there's a butterfly. Yeah. Oh, there's another butterfly. Oh, crikey. They've seen me, they have, yeah. Every time I come down here, I know I'm not supposed to. I said, crikey, I should lift some of them bluebells and put them in my rewilding project. We have actually got bluebells already, but to be fair, I want them to spread. Yeah, but it's not time. You wouldn't lift them while they're in flower anyway, would you? It's a bit silly. Yeah, dogs are up the front. They are. Yeah. I didn't realise I got treats in my pocket. Stay with me. I want to sit on that bench for a bit while I'm chatting to you. I bet the doggies will stay with me. Oh, she heard the word treat. Look at this little fatty over there. She's got a mole on her face at the moment, which I'm going to remove. And one for that's insulin resistance. Her face. She's a fatty like me. She's a nightmare though. We usually put her up. She's on a permanent diet. She is, and the thing is, she's a female. She just goes to the field and hunts moles. She literally gets them in her mouth, right? She throws them up in the air, and swallows them. She's a strange one. Oh, crikey. I think the moles, anyway. The vermin's in the ground. They are moles because there's molehills. Nice meadow. Yeah, it's a lovely place. Hello, Joe. I've just been watching your video, mate. By the way, Joe Marios on this channel, he's one of the moderators on this channel. He's also started uploading some quite informative and very interesting videos. And I found quite long, some of them, but they're really good if you want to just put them on. For me, I just put them on in the workshop, and I just listen while I'm working, you know. And it's very calm and very, not like me. Anyway, Marios, he's in Portugal. He's your baker, yeah. Son of a baker's. The wife of. Oh, I don't know. I can't know. What's that? How's that song go? Oh, anyway, we'll sit down here on our new oak bench. Yes, I did notice on the way in that we've got all new oak benches up there as well, you see. They look after the place, they do. Oh, they're all thinking that they'll come and see me. Come over here, you want bear? Come and sit with me. Eh? Well, leave a bum alone. He's doing it again. He's licking their bum. Dirty old backer, isn't he? He's like Donald Trump. Crikey, grab it by the pussy, why don't you? No, I'm trying to get him out single-handed. I suppose I could put this. I've got one of them bendy things. Put that on there like that. That might work. Then rearrange it. Because I've got a few things I want to talk about. We haven't really got into yet, have I? That was there. Where's that one go? That one go on there. That one go on there. Oh, there you go. Sort of. Alright, guys. So I've got some stuff on there, you see. Now, Marios was talking about in this video, because I was watching this video earlier today. I didn't finish it yet because it's quite a long one, but listen to it in the car. Yeah, do it. But about how the EU are trying to be bullied by Donald Trump now. Marios Sefcovic, who's like he's like the trade negotiator, and what have you, Brexit trade negotiator. And he came away from the meeting at the White House, not the White, at the, I suppose to be in Capitol Hill somewhere. Anyway, he had a meeting there, and it was non-productive. But he came away from it basically with the feeling that the United States themselves don't actually know what they want. So they haven't even got a clue what they want out of a trade deal. Sometimes I think this is just theatre. It's all literally just trying to bluff and bluster their way through, and it's frustrating for everybody involved because we want something to happen, we want to see productivity, and it's like they've been obviously the last few days they've been discussing regarding Ukraine, with Marco Rubio, and Marco Rubio said, well, if we don't get any positive action in the next couple of days, we're going to give up, kind of thing. That's basically what he said. We're not going to bother with this so-called negotiation that we're going to have, stop the war in, in 12 hours or something, 24 hours. That's long past. Oh, I better grab them because... Sebastian! There's a dog coming. There's a dog coming. I don't want to cause any problems. He's a little way off, but I know what Sebastian's like. What he'll do is he'll end up running up there and causing mischief because he's a very excitable dog. He just wants to play, but he just bounces around like a mad thing. But that's not what everybody wants. These two are going to get all stressy now. Oh dear, how dare people walk down here when I'm here? There we come. Hello, Win. Maloney isn't bending the knee from her perspective. She is just staying her course. Yeah, she just had a meeting, didn't she? In two dogs. Enough. I know it's a dog. They are allowed to be here as well, Huh? That's good. Here's one dog. Hey, you get a bit excitable. Did you want to say hello, do you? You want to be a nuisance, don't you? Oh, I can't concentrate with that noise. It's so annoying. Yeah, Maloney, the Italian president, and she's a strange one. She's far right president. Hello there. Oh, they are friendly. They're just. You too. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. I want to play. Ah, they haven't got the dogs with me. They're fine. Oh dear. Let's just put this back, alright? Let's just put it back where it was. You're joking me, guys. You're joking me. It's not gone yet. It's still there. Maloney isn't bending the knee from her perspective. She's just staying her course. Not mine, for the record. Well, there's obviously something about Maloney because whenever she meets up with these far-right mad men, such as the love fest with Elon Musk, that ketamine, cocaine, whatever he's on, LSD, the whole lot. Flipping hell. Did you see that video I put on there, that clip of him going through SpaceX? My giddy aunt. It's just, he's gone. The ketamine, he's bugged his brain right up, I tell you. So, anyway, they were all loved up, weren't they, Maloney and Elon Musk. And now she's had that meeting with Donald Trump in the Golden Palace. Have you seen the difference between in the Oval Office? The Oval Office, where they meet up, what have you. If you look at it before Donald Trump got in, and look at it now it looks like a golden ring. You know what I mean? It's gold stuff. It's probably painted gold. It was humble or something. Humble went bankrupt, didn't they? Anyway, some gold paint, and it just looks ridiculous. It's not serious. And I hear that term so much these days. that they're not serious, but actually they are. They're deadly serious. When Donald Trump is, going on about the prospect of a third term, he's deadly serious. When Steve Bannon says, "Oh, we've got a team of people on it, got a team of people, yeah, looking at the loopholes of how Donald Trump can become the can be the president in 2028, voted in as president in 2028, he ain't gonna leave, is he? I don't know, there's going to be another insurrection, but this time be those who want to get him out. Not an election. Oh, it's stolen from me. No, we get you fucking out of there. Yeah, getting out. The country will be completely absolutely on its knees by then. It's going to be destroyed. Just think about it. He's been in 3 months, and look at the damage he's done. That's one hell of achievement. That's what it is. It's one hell of achievement. If it was that you set out to destroy a country and all the agencies and everything that is there for the people, just so you can profit yourself and manipulate the markets and what have you, so you can make more money for you and your friends and also Marjorie Taylor Greene, there's something seriously wrong there, isn't there? But some of the ways that they're talking about trying to get him. They reckon there's a loophole. There's a loophole in the Constitution. Well, up to me. And also, I think it was it Bill Maher? That he's a bit of a presenter geezer, but Bill Maher, I think it is. Anyway, I saw a clip where he's presented Steve Bannon with this it's 22nd Amendment of the Constitution, and it basically says there quite clearly. I mean, there's no loopholes. It's just. Some of the ideas to get Donald Trump in again was like make him vice president and then have J.D. Vance as as the elected president, and then Donald Trump takes over as the president or something. There's loads of crap like that. Even that doesn't make much sense, because if you're not able to be president, you're not allowed to be a vice president. So under the 22nd Amendment, the Constitution. I just find it a little rather bewildering how far they're trying to stretch the law. It's like some of these things from like 1700 whatever, I don't know, whenever the United States was started stealing the country. And they're trying to use it to stretch it all out of proportion just to suit their own narratives and their own needs. Now, we saw that in the United Kingdom with Brexit and Boris Johnson trying to enact very old, ancient laws, thinly veiled into something that there really isn't. It doesn't, to anyone with half a brain cell would understand that doesn't make sense. It's just trying to pull it out of context to suit their own, to suit their own narratives. I just find it's tiresome. I do find it tiresome. These people are just unreal, aren't they? Putin doesn't worship Hitler, he worships Stalin. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point indeed. Well, currently, Vladimir Putin is he's using Chinese missiles. They're being constructed in Russia. All the components of these missiles are coming from China. Basically, the Chinese missiles. Yes. Gold is a dictator's wet dream. I like gold! Stop pulling the skin off in a minute and eating it. Oh, crikey. Gold member. Maybe that's what Donald Trump is. He's gold member. That's it. And, everyone's suing the administration. Oh, crikey, what's the latest one I just saw? I think it's yesterday I saw somebody suing the administration over the tariffs. But these tariffs, there's no win in these tariffs, There just isn't. And even though he's saying, "Oh no, I think I'll keep the tariffs for now," because we're raking in billions and billions, not from the countries that are important and stuff into the United States, but from the people who are buying the shit. They're the ones paying the tariffs. Effectively, it gets passed on, doesn't it? Oh, there. Now, this is all leading to something I find quite interesting. We all know about the bond price, the interest on up to 4.5% on the bonds, which is basically the government's way of borrowing money. It's effectively they get doing an IOU to whoever want to buy a bond, yeah? So, you buy so many bonds, so many billions or whatever in bonds, and the government said, yeah, we're good for it, if you know what I mean. Well, a lot of countries, including China and Japan, what have you, we know that they're selling off bonds, quite a few at the moment, bit by bit by bit. In fact, if China really want to go, if they've got 800 billion in bonds, and if they really want to go full on, they could cause a lot of damage, completely and utterly devalue it. But will they really want to do that? Because obviously they lose their value in the bonds as well, don't they? But you see, foreign central banks now, they're, instead of buying US bonds, which was considered as a safe bet, they're buying T-bills instead, which are like treasury bills. It's no longer seen as a safe bet anymore. It just doesn't make any sense. When the crazy thing about it is, though, whenever you've got a national debt, most countries do, unless they're small concerns. But if you think of like the national debt in the United States around 30 odd trillion, 33 trillion or 36 trillion, something like that. There's interest to be paid on that. Huge amount of interest has been paid on that. And when you got countries like China and countries effectively, even Russia's got bond, not so many now to be fair, but they've even got US bonds. The interest that's been paid on these bonds is going to fund the war, fund either the war in Ukraine for Russia, or in the case of China, helping them build their Red Army. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like when you got all this high-tech equipment you got, right? And because you've got a capitalist system, it's considered as military equipment, like the F-35s and F-47s. President Dum Dum. Yeah. Anyway, all these high-tech military equipment, whether it be the planes, missiles, or and because you've got a capitalist system, you're selling the stuff to the countries that at some time in the future might not be your ally. They could end up being at war with munitions that you built. It seems a little bit silly in many ways. I know it's a business and what have you, but it doesn't make sense. And now we're seeing the problems of wars that are fought via a capitalist system, haven't we? You look what's happening in Ukraine. They're desperate for these flipping for the missiles and the rockets and what have you to go into the launchers, which have been supplied by the United States. They need other supply. Obviously, they're getting that. They are getting more and more. But like when I saw Donald Trump being questioned on that, Donald Trump was there, being asked about. He spoke to Zelensky about these rockets. Donald Trump. Oh, he always wants to buy rockets. He's always want to buy rockets. If you don't want to go fight a war with a country, start a war. Actually, he said, shouldn't start a war with a country that's 20 times your size. Well, we all know that's a load of bollocks anyway. Zelensky never started that bloody war. We know that. He knows that. He's just throwing that narrative out again and again and again. And it's tiresome. It's really, really tiresome. Yet he won't say a word against Vladimir Putin. Oh, crikey, what I see? Oh, cheers, Aston. I hope you're well, mate. Hi, doggy and med funds. Yeah, I just ordered that. Actually, they were delivered last week, and I've got the order from Sebastian now. His dose has gone up. When we lost Wally, because they're based on the same drugs. When we lost my Wally dog last year, which has really hit me hard, as went to the vet, they wanted up his medication, so it ended up costing the same. So as before, they were kind of splitting the tablets between them. Just a little bit for Wally and more for Sebastian. And now Sebastian's got to have a whole tablet, so he's got the biggest ones. Ain't you, boy? But he's worth it. My therapy dog. Thanks, Alistair. Much appreciated, my friend. The average Norwegian game. I bet you're not the greatest gamer in the world, because apparently that's Elon Musk, Germany is getting a bad rap, mostly peaceful in Norway. During the occupation, Hitler had a Norse fetish. Oh, did he? What I can see in Germany, I think they're doing bloody well at the moment. Especially that Rheinmetall, they just bought another company they've bought, which is munitions recycling or something, where they get old munitions or something. I don't know what they do, but their economy is just regarding Rheinmetall, like tripled in the last couple of months. Yeah, their turnover in the company, it's crazy. This is since Donald Trump coming to power. Rheinmetall, they basically make tanks and build tanks and stuff. So they're going to need a huge amount of steel, aren't they? That's the other thing, you see. I agree that in the United Kingdom, the Labour Party forced China to carry on, not shut down the blast furnaces for the steel. Now, I wouldn't have said that before. I've been quite happy to see these things go. But seeing what's going on at the moment, Ukraine and threat of Russia and stuff, and the cyber attacks, everything that's going on, I can see the necessity of it. Opens your eyes, doesn't it? It really does. And if that blast furnace, it's the last virgin blast furnace in the UK. If that closes down, you're not going to restart it. You see, it's too old. And you see, if you try and restart it, there'll be so many fractures, there'll be all sorts of things wrong with it. You want to restart it, you basically have to build a new one. Hey, who's that? Hey, Careful G, hello, my friend. Happy Easter. Oh, yeah, that's Easter weekend, isn't it? I forgot about that. Crikey, yes, is that Strofe? Have I got to have hot cross buns or something? I'm on my own, I ain't got none. No, Caroline's in England at the moment, she is. So, yeah, hot cross buns. Oh, apologies for... Oh, hang on, just a second. For the aside, but any tips for my men's shed group looking to use computers for woodworking projects? Well, you don't need a huge amount of power. You're going to need a reasonable amount of memory and probably a reasonable video card, because you're dealing in sending data via the video cards. A lot of the software, like Lightburn and various others that do like laser burning or CNC machines and that sort of stuff, require a little bit more processing power in the GPU. Not a huge amount, but you don't want entry level. If you go somewhere a bit mid-range, you'll be absolutely fine. But I personally wouldn't go the Mac route. But I'm a bias on that. I've always used PCs, and I've always built them myself. The only thing I would say to you, do not buy a laptop in a workshop environment. Been there, done that, it's not a good idea. You'll be stripping the thing down every 5 seconds trying to clean it out of dust. So an actual proper PC with a proper case, don't have to be a big case, just a MIDI case or something that you can clean out easily and has space inside it. So yeah, the thing is, you see, when things start getting clogged up with a PC in a workshop environment, everything overheats, doesn't it? So the less space there is, the more likely it's going to clog up quickly. That's my little bit of advice. Yeah, that's no problem, my friend. Hope the old shed's going well. Canada, Jesus, in the Talmud. I'm from Canada. Elbows up. I'm so impressed about Cardi recently. I really am so impressed. I just every time he speaks, it rings true to me, and that makes sense. That makes sense. And I have faith in the geezer because, sort of, like I told you before, he was the Bank of England bank manager or bank governor during the Brexit. And although he stepped down in the end, probably because of Brexit, although he'd done his term, so he was good. He wasn't irrational. That's the thing about him. He's not an irrational man. He's very calculated. He knows what he's doing. He knows why he's doing it. He's obviously one thing. He wants to obviously keep the Canadian people on side. And when you've got a bully trying to squeeze or down on the Canadian people, it instills something in the people, doesn't it? It makes you want to fight back. And having that person there who is a leader, who'll stand up for you, I find that inspiring. Not someone like Donald Trump, who doesn't give a shit about the people who put him there. Not a shit. He really does not. All he cares about is well, what he can get out of it and how it makes him look. He wants his legacy. It's not a good legacy, from what I can see. No, he's an awful creature of a man. There we go. Well, it is a negotiation, not a tariff. Negotiation, those, as you mentioned, just pressure to sell your core values for tax relief. Yeah, core values in the sense of food hygiene and food quality of food, food standards. I say food standards. The food there is good. Here in Europe, the food is good. They're very much against additives, natural additives. I haven't got a problem with it at all, but you don't see reams and reams of like lists that long of stuff. It's a different kettle of fish, it really is. And it tastes better. I think it does. In the veg, not the imported stuff so much. There isn't a huge amount of that. In the day, I live in France, and there's a lot of land. We've got quite a large country here, and there's a lot of rural areas, and which I absolutely love anyway. Because I'm sitting there, I just hear birdsong over there. It's really nice. So China, Carney said China is the biggest problem. I think the thing about China is you've got no choice. China's manufacturing is so high tech, and they're not all peasants, right? They're just ain't. Just fucking hell, what they can produce in China, or you just send over a prototype, they'll come back with a price for you, and then make it. It's just obviously send your prototype back, mate. You can okay it and stuff like that. Stuff coming out of China now is really good quality. There's some shit as well, obviously, but some pretty good. iPhones and shit like that. Foxconn, all that stuff is made in China, India, and various other places. But it's not the same shit. I can remember years ago when stuff's coming from China, and it was awful. You get a torch, it was like a shiny chrome metal thing with a zoom kind of twisty thing on the end. And every time we tried to change the batteries, the cover would cross thread. Really crappy, and the switches are awful. It's just really nasty. But they've learned a lot, and they've superseded what we can achieve. We do not have the tool makers for a start. We've got in the UK we've got a prime minister of a tool maker. My father was a tool maker. How many times have we heard that? But in the UK, in the United States. Crikey, who wasn't there? That was the guy from Apple, who said that the United States tool makers, we've got enough to fill a room, whereas in China they've got enough of high tech tool makers, to fill 4 football pitches. They are kitted for it, and they've been gearing up for it a very long time. They've also got, obviously, a monopoly on the minerals, mate, and stuff needs to make this shit. So, to pull away from China cannot be you can't go cold turkey. It needs to be done a very slow and long period of time. Not be funny, China didn't just pop up overnight. It's been happening for a long period of time. And all you're going to do by trying to hit China hard, like Donald Trump has, a 245% tariff, something like that, some crazy amount of tariff. On having these big tariffs on China, all you're doing is crippling yourself. If you're going to move away, you need to do it softly, invest in your own industries in your own country, and encourage businesses to manufacture. And you could, you've also got to look at the sectors as well. If you think like tech sectors, like for instance the chip manufacturing, well, you haven't got Arizona area where is it TMC or whatever is manufacturing semiconductors there. I believe AMD is going to be building their new processors at the TMC factory in Arizona as well. So there is some uptick there, but this is a tiny piece of the pie. You don't have enough people capable of doing that kind of work. And I have to admit, I don't know if you've seen some of the AI generated adverts from China, mocking ads, mocking the United States. Whereas a building these factories, like basically saying they're going to be, you have these overly obese people sweating hairy and stuff, smoking and that, putting these tiny little screws in. They've done all these like mocking AI videos. That's obviously in response to calling the Chinese workers peasants. They're not peasants. The days of highly cheap labour in China isn't over, but it is pretty much getting there. In those sectors anyway. So, what have I missed? Happy Easter. Let me get some chocolate eggs. I ain't got a chocolate egg, mate. No. Did you? Oh, I should have got them some. They like white chocolate. They can't have proper chocolate. They have white chocolate. Oh, Mad Monk. Hello, Mad Monk. Oh, thanks, Joel. I didn't see that. Boston J. Yeah, we don't want no fake news. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know, I won't lie to you. That is my promise, because I don't really lie to the missus. Yeah, if she goes out the door looking like shit, I'll tell her. Poor girl. What do you want? Oh, there's a doggy. No. There's a dog. Hey, calm down. Pandora. Growl? Don't need a growl. That tail. He's got a little twist. Hey, calm down. Then you want to play, but you don't know if the other dog wants to play. They sound scary, but they're not really. But they don't know that, do they? No. Come on, calm down, Dora. Stop it. Oh, I don't know what they like, eh? Is that waggy tail? It's like it's got batteries. Bonjour. Calm down, Dora! Calm down. Her hair's up on the back, you see it? He cut his tail away. Her fur's gone up on the back. Like a cat. I've never seen that before, huh? Enough! He looks older than you. Crikey. Poor old boy. Scare him. There's no need for that. Oh, hey, naughty dogs. Hey, Dora, you're being naughty. I'm not going to give you a treat for being naughty. No. Breaking things here. I think I'll start walking in the other direction, but really. That's what I'll do. Oh, cricket, what I'm doing. Have a quick look at this. Hey, calm down. They keep tugging me. Oh my God, what about tourism though? Your tourism sector in the United States is, well, it's dying a death, it is. People don't want to go there. Right, I don't want that. What does it keep doing now? I don't want to install that. It keeps telling me, do you want to install? I don't want to install that. I just want to get rid of it. Ah, there we are. So the tourism sector is plummeting massively, bigly that it is. Well, no, well, it's obviously not. It's obviously Canada and Mexico has obviously got to play a big part there. I think the tourism's down by up to 80% going to the United States. I don't blame them either. The people who have been going over and going backwards and forwards from the United States into Canada and trying to get back into the United States, some people have been having a absolutely horrendous experience. They really are. For me, okay, I'm in France. I'm not living it, I read about this stuff constantly, as you know, but I do find it sad. I find it really, really sad that this is what people want. People voted for it, It's not as though Donald Trump didn't tell them exactly what he was going to do. He blurred it all the way through his campaigns. And they still voted for him. And the same people who voted for him are the ones that are getting caught up at the border when they're trying to re-enter into the United States. Just like that geezer a couple of weeks ago whose missus has been prevented entry, or she was detained, coming back into the United States, and he says, "Oh, I'd still vote for Donald Trump." Divorce them quick, I'd say. Go while you can. This might be an opportunity for you. Oh, people are so stupid. So, the tourism sector has experienced massive decline, according to it's in TW or TTW, Travel, Tour and World. The US, it's experienced massive decline, not just from Canada, but also key international markets, business trips and stuff like that as well, including Mexico, Germany, UK, Spain, France, and India. You see, all these countries are putting travel advice up. They're telling everybody, don't go there. You know, some people are even saying, "Well, hey, calm down. What's this all about? There's a person, it's not even a dog." Hey, come on. Pardon. Poor cow. What is this all about? Is it because you want to go? Should we go and walking? Is that what it is? You're getting bored? Yeah, bark at people because I'm bored. Yeah, so they're giving travel advice. You've got to speak to a lawyer before you go. Make sure everything's going to be okay. But even then, there's no telling, is there? You've done absolutely everything. But if there's a shadow of doubt, or maybe you've got a little bit of, I don't know, negative social media, well, then you could potentially get stopped. Could you be nasty? It's just getting ridiculous. And Donald Trump is saying all these countries are kissing his arse and whatever. They're not. That's just bollocks. He makes stuff up. Constantly making stuff up. I just beggars belief. It really does. And people are listening to this crap, and they are believing it. That's the thing. They're believing it. I'm going to put them on. I'm going to control them. Yes, it's like a kite. Yeah, I've got them both on the attached now via this lead. Yes, and yeah, okay. So we've got duet going on here. Right, so that way I've only got to hold one lead. And hopefully they won't break my arms. Yeah, get excited, you see. Hello, Alice. My dog gets it. Oh, does it? Like Mohegan. Yeah, I've never noticed it on her before. It's the first time. She's 13 years old. I've never noticed it. She's 13 or she's 12? Can't remember. If you wonder why that little face there's grey, it's because she had. Oh, thank you, Pear. You just peed on your lead. that was nice. It's because she had a run-in with a ram, and then within weeks she busted all the jaw up. Jaw's a bit wonky. That was all wired up. Went to go to the vet. They put her out. It is. She was only a little puppy as well. And anyway, she went grey soon after. So hopefully these dogs don't get all tangled up. So we're going to go walking now. Hello, can I be out? You coming or not? Oh, do you want a treat though? You haven't had no treats, have you? I know you want one really. Aha, what's that? A treat. Dora. There you go. And you? You want one too? Come on. If you think USA food is any good, just read the ingredients on US McDonald's fries versus EU fries. Yeah, and also Cheerios. I couldn't believe it when I was looking it up and I found it on Cheerios. That the list of chemicals, unbelievable. And you compare that to like just Canada. So if you're in the US, you want to get food that hasn't got all this crap in it, you need to venture over into Canada. It's just nuts. Not nuts, as in nuts you eat. No, I mean, it's crazy. Right? Oh dear. It's quite nice down there. My dog gets a Mohican too. Hello, Johnny Jackass. You caught alive, yeah, but just in a random live. I've been doing that bit recently. You see, I can't always do fixed live because I've got this bloody condition. Some days I'm really rough. Like for instance, I'm in too much pain. I can't focus on anything. So in other times I'm okay. I'm feeling okay at the moment. Usually in the mornings I'm better. But with this bloody fibromyalgia is a killer, I tell you. It's not literally a killer, but it's it really bugs you up. You're sort of like you're up and down. So I have to kind of pace myself. It's like when I make my videos and stuff, I kind of think, am I in the frame of mind to do this now? Yeah, go on. You know, usually I have to do it when it's clear in my head anyway, otherwise I'll just forget stuff. Because I get like brain fog. And anyone who's seen me on my lives before, I can't remember that word. You know, I can't remember it. I'm crying, you know, just. It's like when you go to a cupboard and you think, what affect my hair? What did I want? What have I gone to the cupboard? You know, I'm always doing it. Always. I just, you know, it's probably not hungry. You know, how many people actually? Oh, sorry, Dora. I just trod it. I'll trod on again. Stop. I'm trying to walk. Good girls. Little waddle bottoms. So I threaded one lead through the other there. See, so I easy grab both if I need to. But I've got this in one hand, you see, and then obviously got that in the other hand. And this is like a I don't know what you call it. It's for training horses. But a lovely day. Back to our little flowers. Our little flowers, little bluebells. You know. Splashes, leave a bum alone. You dirty dog. I'm going to have to rename Splash into called Donald Trump. He's grabbing poor little Pandora by the pussy. That he does. And in public. And in live stream sometimes. It's just wrong. Canada and my home. Sad business hyper competition harms citizens. Yeah, it does. Trade wars harm citizens. And but you do need a level of competition. Like for instance, you know, if you want to comply with competition laws, and you know, you mustn't obviously have monopolies and what have you. And yeah, but you need a certain amount of competition for you to have a healthy economy, you know, and a healthy industry as well. Otherwise, people just charge what they want. There's the thing about what was that? Tariffs and what have you. Tariffs. The idea and the concept of tariffs actually bringing more industry back into the country. Yeah, okay, maybe it will. But more often it doesn't. It can obviously block certain products coming into the country, but those companies already produce those items. Once their competition has been extinguished, they'll start putting their prices up, not down, because they can. And that just means that you'll be paying more, which then means you have less disposable income to share with somebody else. Do you see what I mean? We need to be able to spread the money. And that's one of the problems, obviously, regarding this trickle-up economy that we're currently in. Same in the United Kingdom, same in Europe, same in the United States. It's all about how much they can get out of you, how much they can extract. And it's happening all the time in that, you know? Everything they do is about what does it mean for us? How can we make more money? If we make more money, how can we hide the money? Not with Donald Trump, obviously, because he doesn't give a damn. He'll just make more money and be done with it. You know? It'll end up being one of his companies, which he'll be benefiting from. It's just corruption, isn't it? Market manipulation and corruption. Donald Trump is a traitor. He is. He's a traitor to your country. Because the stuff he's doing is not for the country, it's for Donald Trump. It's plain and simple. It's clear as day. And he's doing it for all to see. Now, oh crikey, what's the name of that courts? For war crimes. Oh crikey, what's the name of the courts for war crimes? I forgot. Oh, Nuremberg courts. Post-Trump, I wonder how many of these people are going to end up in the Nuremberg courts. You know, when all the information comes out that they were complicit in what was going on in the destruction of the country. Yeah, for treason. Now you've got these individuals, right, parading about, standing in front of, I don't know, let's say for El Salvador prison, pointing to them. Oh, look at all those border people. Yeah, with tattoos and white shorts. All those people. Well, that's plenty of evidence, isn't it? There's photographic evidence of these people just being complete arseholes. And, you talk about El Salvador. At least we know Garcia Borrego is alive. Since that's, I can't remember his name now, is it Senator Howden? So the senator went over to El Salvador and demanded to see him. And eventually they did. But I tell you what, the first thing I noticed was the hat that Garcia was wearing was brand spanking new. The shirt that he was wearing, basically the clothes he was wearing, are all brand spanking new. It's like, shit, we need to do something here, you know. And they quickly dressed him. And I won't be a bit surprised he was warned, be careful what you say. Because once obviously the senator's gone, Garcia's life could be absolutely shit in there, couldn't they? He's going to be very careful. Just like everybody else now. You see them all crowded up together in those photographs and what have you. They've all got their heads down. No eye contact. But at least he's alive. Obviously there must be some comfort to his wife. She wants him home. I know he's technically illegal and all that, although he's working, he's paying taxes and stuff, Is he working or is he a student? I can't remember now. Oh, crikey. Can't remember. Anyway, my son-in-law, right? He's got a visa. He's Nigerian, and he has to renews his visa every 10 years. He has to prove he's got enough income still and all that sort of stuff, which he does. Yeah, generally earns fairly good money, although it's not as good recently because of AI. Actually, he's a techie geezer. He does computer programming, and AI has really hit his business hard. Maybe he needs to embrace it. I suppose he would do it, but still, he just needs less people. But anyway, he has to do a visa. He doesn't get anything. He pays about $2,000 a year in for like a prepayment NHS, and then but he doesn't get no benefits. He doesn't get anything at all. So you hear all this stuff about, they're taking all this money, they're doing this, they're doing that. Get free this and free that. No, they're not. If you've got a visa in the UK, I don't know what it's like in the US. I'll be a bit surprised it's the same. But you don't get any benefits or any. You can't. If he loses his job, he can't go to the job centre. He has to do everything off his own back. He can't get no job seeker allowance or anything. Yeah. He can't even get sick pay. Although he's self-employed anyway. But if he wasn't, he can't even get sick pay. So it's a bit of a bummer really. But it's that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to have an opportunity. He's now got 4 kids with my daughter. I love them to bits. I tell you, lovely grandchildren, hilarious, so funny, bit naughty, but absolutely hilarious. They're great to wind up, because then you can send them home. I imagine they're going to be having a very sickly weekend with chocolate. Okay. Oh, stop pulling me, doggy, stop pulling me. What a lovely day. God, I'm so glad I come outside to do a live stream today. It's just nice to have a bit of a chilled walk, I've still got a bit of a sore throat, so it's quite hard to talk, but it's just on one side though. It's a bit bizarre. Sometimes I wish Donald Trump would get a sore throat so he stops talking. That'd be so nice. Does he ever get ill? He's not a sickly person, is he? You never hear of him being sick. I don't think there's any reports of him ever being sick. Apart from when he had a scalp reduction, he got an infection and it hurt like hell. So he went home and decided to beat his wife up. Lovely guy. So this is the old tram station in Aldersley. It's now home. Now, do you know what? Something really bugged me? Right, this, as someone who's a woodworker and worked in construction and stuff like that most of my life, and also I'm a trained electrician. They cut into the sign to pass that what I believe is an air conditioning pipe right through the sign, through the letters. There's so many ways you can do that without actually causing that damage. That really pissed me off when I saw that. It's a nice house, actually. I've been in there. It's a really nice house. But it's they're selling something. French family. But that's just terrible. Yeah, those sort of things bugged me. So anyway, that's the old station, and then you've got the station on the other side of the tracks. Well, there's actually 2 public toilets now, and a little picnic. Well, it will be a picnic area in the middle there. Now I've got my dates. It will be actually, because there used to be a bench in there, and all the teenagers used to gather in there, which I imagined was a bit of a nightmare for the people living here. Because they used to leave all mess and shit everywhere. I mean, it's not poop. I mean, like rubbish. French kids aren't like, no, they're not that bad, but they are. They do leave a mess, and they can be a bit loud, I suppose. It's a bit of a shame though. That not. The thing is, you see, from here you can't see anyone in there. You see, so you don't know what's going on. This here is the old. It's a house now as well. This is something else really, I thought was ridiculous. These are our friends actually. See that silly wall in between the doorways? They used to be windows, they did, but they've been made into doorways. And this is the old like the tram, the garage for the trams. It's actually a music studio now up there. But I just hate that blockwork thing. I just dividing the door up. It's just terrible. So back here with our new benches, which is nice. So that's what they were like that, broken. Only recently, actually, they were fine for several years, but we've got these nice oak ones, which should last a lot longer. I think they're oak, or are they chestnut? They might be chestnut, actually. No, they're chestnut. Looks like oak, same grain, but a bit of lighter timber. And also, it still lasts a long time. They've got stainless steel screws. Bit plain. Oh, got the company's name here. At Pro Bois. And where are they based? Are they local or not? Don't say. Oh, the cars, they are. Oh, okay. They are a local company that made the benches. See, that's what we do here. So we don't buy from China. Yeah, we'll get made. Stuff gets made locally. So I don't particularly like the benches. I'm a woodworker, right? And I'll tell you one, the things I've noticed straight away. Okay, this might be a little bit pedantic, but those coach bolts are too deep, and they also look like they've been gnawed putting them in. But they are actually too deep, and because of that, there hasn't been pinching enough of the timber. They've done that because the bolts could be cheaper, could be shorter. That's what I reckon, or maybe that's all that's available to them. So come back to the car park now. Oh, I'll be going here this Sunday. Oh, next Sunday, 27th of April. Old Severe, Journée de Jardin. Fête of the Plants and Vigregnas, which is basically, that means that's like empty your attic. So it's like a car, bit like a car boot. Obviously, Fête of the Plants. So it's a garden fête basically. Plants right here, and all this here will all be covered in stalls and what here. Bonjour. While it's videotaping. He thinks I'm videoing him, but I'm not. He's looking at me, not him. Dora, now this is how sensible dogs are. This is like Donald Trump and his tariffs. We're going this way, Dora. See, this is how practical the tariffs are. Not going anywhere, but you kind of get pulled backwards. Yes, it's like 2 steps forwards and 1 step backwards. Shall I release the Kraken? There we go. Yeah. You don't need anything now. So over here, I'll just show you this. There's And there's a moth, right? A processionary moth, which has a caterpillar, right? A furry caterpillar. Yeah, it looks like a landing strip. A landing strip, what do you guys say, Brazilian? I don't know. Anyway, furry caterpillars. And all these furry caterpillars, these landing strips, they all come down here, but they've got these traps now. They relocate them to another place. The problem is, you see, with these processionary moths, when they've come out of their nest up top here, it'd be like a webby nest up top there, and they'll come down here, and if that wasn't there, they'd come down the tree and come across there. And unfortunately, because a lot of people walk dogs along here, they're toxic, neurotoxin in their very spiky bits, and it gets in their paws. They can actually kill a dog. So so they trap them and they move them elsewhere. But every year they still come back here. I wonder if I can see the nest. There's 2 trees on here like that. Oh, there it is. I can see it up top here. Can you see the nest just there on the end of my finger? There. Right. So then once they get big enough, they come down and turn into moths. Just like that. Clinton and Hope Finch. Love the fur babies, they're my little babies, they are. Now I'll tell you something though, when I lost my Wally last year, we had 3 dogs, my little Wally was my buddy. And it really hit, it's our first dog, he was. And it really hit me hard, it did. I was struggling to make videos and stuff like that. And this little one here, Sebastian, he kind of started taking his place. Not because I was grabbing hold of him and stuff like that, but he knew. It was either that or that he's taking advantage because my little Wally wasn't there anymore. Probably that. But he is a cuddle monster. He really is. This one just gets really excited to see you and then jumps all over you. Yeah, it hurts you. That she does. So anyway. I suppose I better get back home or back to the workshop and do some work. That's what I'm going to do in a moment. Now this little place is only about 4 kilometres from where I live. There you go. I am now going to drive with you on the roof. No. Yes I am, no I'm not. Alright, there we go. I'm just going to stop. Let's take my car out, look. Come on, in you get. You look in. And you. Take his leads off a second. Good guys. Better give him a treat, don't I? Well, it's warm in here. Should we open his windows as well? Just all. Drive with the door open. What do you reckon, guys? Huh? Well, I'll get another walk a bit later on. Usually when the sun starts going down, and then we can take them out again. So, oh dear me, it's side state of affairs. Sandra, one of the people on who subscribed to the channel, she gave a really good comment. A bit like Joel gives very good comments, and that's very cool. And that, and I get a lot of really good comments and Ohms. Anyway, she left a really good comment on one of my videos this morning. She ended it. Can we have good news at least once a week, please? I thought, oh God, let's look for some good. I actually started thinking, can I think of any good news this week? And obviously there is some, but I couldn't actually think of any. I just think, oh crikey, is it really that bad? What has happened that's really good this week? I think it just gets completely dead-catted by all the negativity, doesn't it? You know. And doomerism. I think that's a term that we need to talk a bit more about, because doomerism is you have to ask yourself what is the objective of it. And some people just seem to promote doomerism. It's like everything has to be negative all the time. And as soon as you give something positive, they'll try to undermine that. Now we've got a friend. Actually, he's not here anymore. He's in the UK, but we've got a friend who used to be like that. He's say something really inert, like "I love your weather today," and that. He says, "Yeah, but tomorrow it's raining." It's just like, okay, let's just bring down the tone. I know, it's just, but it's the same with everything that's going on. It's like, the thing is, you see, I suppose my point is, when you look at the protests that's going on and stuff, and the fact that there's positivity in the protests themselves. They're obviously protesting something that's negative, but the fact that their people are protesting is a positive. The fact people come together and actually work to try and get this feckin' numpty out of the White House. And the same, regarding the United Kingdom, but the media generally doesn't seem to want to promote it. Not promote, but tell us about it. The media might be, but the same way you had that with Brexit. Especially when Boris Johnson was in, it's like the news outlets were told not to say anything. The same with, they're all frightened of Donald Trump. Everyone's frightened of Donald Trump. So what he's done is he's got himself billions in pro bono legal for the government and what have you, probably for him as well. And he literally just throws these threats at people, constantly throwing threats at them. Everyone's frightened of him. He's so he's not predictable, is he? And that with the United, with tourism going down, you've got the tariffs affecting people's ability to buy stuff. Factories can't function because they can't get the stuff they need, or it's too expensive. There's a company called Black Magic, and they're basically they produce tech for the film industry. And I use some of their stuff actually. I've got some Black Magic stuff, and also got their software I use, so DaVinci Resolve. Now, DaVinci Resolve 20 is out at the moment. It's an Australian company. And they were going to be building a factory in the United States, and they've cancelled it now. So the idea that these tariffs are actually going to bring factories to the United States is actually having the opposite effect. Now, Black Magic, they build these fantastic bits of kit. They do a lot of desk editing equipment, broadcasting, and also streaming type stuff as well for live streaming. 12K cameras, they build like box cameras, brilliant stuff, really, really good stuff. Reasonably affordable as well. They've got 6K cameras, bodies from about 1,500 to $2,000, which is a good price. The big stuff is obviously a lot more expensive, but what's it? The Black Magic Pocket, brilliant camera. Primarily for creating video, and everything is created in a way for RAW, so everything is like, it's not fluffed up by processing. But anyway, my point, sorry, I digressed a little bit. The point is they're not building this factory in the US now because of the tariffs, and this is going to be the same with a lot of the Australian companies, and the same with other countries as well who are now facing these tariffs. I know he paused the tech tariffs, but he didn't pause the baseline tariffs. He just got rid of the additional bit, like the 145% on tech. He got rid of that on tech. But the thing is, though, it might not be on the actual finished products, or resistors and transistors and any semiconductors and stuff. But if you produce this shit, if you produce semiconductors in the United States, well, the minerals are, and the actual raw materials are still being tariffed. So it's just really ill thought out. Tariffs are supposed to be inherently. There's nothing really wrong with tariffs. You use them tactically, not on global trade. Stupid. It's just so stupid. And besides, tariffing the penguins, what was that all about? It's crazy, isn't it? It really is. What have I missed? Have I missed somebody? No worries, Joe. I want to point out again, Joe Maros has now started his own channel. If you need any help, mate, if you need tech help, anything like that, if you need any advice, I'm happy to help. You got some good information there. I enjoy listening to it. I don't actually watch them, but I just listen. It's like a podcast for me. So Yeah, and it's actually quite nice to put a face to you. Because, we've kind of spoke for how many years now? It's a little while now, isn't it, Joel? You've been on the channel. It's a subscriber. It's quite good to see your face. It's a relation. It's a relationship, isn't it? There's all we have these faceless channels out there, but it doesn't create any connection with people. Anyone on this channel knows what I'm about. Oh, crikey! I'm about being stupid and pressing buttons when I shouldn't be. Just picked up things under my feet. That's it. When you do that, accidentally press the flipping hooter and everyone stares at you. Good job no one's there. Got them the dogs. But yeah, anyway, it creates connections. And it's the same with business relationships. And when you start cutting them off and people start thinking, hang on, we can't travel there anymore and we're going to have to do more Zoom calls, you lose some of the connection. It's just that presence sometimes is enough to nail the deal. You're saying that you're serious. You go out for food, drinks, and have a meal or something, and you might be it's even when I was doing work in the UK, business in the UK, when we used to start council works and stuff. We used to sometimes go for a little lunchtime meal, what have you, and have a chat about stuff and about we'd go and visit the site and then go and have a meal and talk about it, and then I'll come up with a devy. We're both on a similar, but you kind of get to know the people, that they're real people, and they get to know that you got something, you're serious about it, or maybe you talk about your family or something, you know what I mean? So you're sort of serious about, obviously this person wants to maintain their business because they want to be able to make sure their family's okay, owe money. It creates connections, relationships. It's really important, it really is, And like say, when you show your face, if you do a YouTube channel, I think it makes a difference. It does. Maybe not my face. My ugly mug. I'm a scruffy bugger as well, I tell you. Sometimes I do polish up alright, but crikey, I just can't be bothered. I really can't be bothered. And just recently I've been making videos. I've been in the workshop and I'll just kind of think of something and I'll make a video about that. So I just make a video about it. I'll be in my work clothes. So what? Doesn't matter. It's who I am, so it doesn't make it odds. I'm not going to lie to people anyway. So if people don't like me for who I am and what I am, well then there's tough to eat in it. We can't worry about these things, so many people are so worried about the perception about them, about how people perceive them. I'm too tired. Too tired to worry. I really am. I know what I'm about, I know what I like. I love nature, I love my dogs, my missus, my family and all that sort of stuff, and I love making stuff. I enjoy making things. And that's how I get my therapy. Whether it be the videos or whether it be stuff out of wood. I just like to make stuff. Something productive about it. The idea of doing some football, I think we ought to go actually. We're getting a bit hot. It gets bare through the car, don't we? Yeah. Teeth are looking good, boy. Yeah. So anyway, to thank everybody for joining us. You need a 15-inch MacBook Air, mate. No. Mac M4. It doesn't have a fan, so it doesn't suck all the dog hair or dust into it. The dust will sort of get in there and be sucked in. But fair enough, I hear what you're saying. But I wouldn't want a Mac anyway. I don't want to fund them lot. Sorry. I just, and also I want to know how it goes together, so I want to fix it. Yeah, so I won't be getting any MacBooks. You can try as much as you like, get me to buy a Mac. I will not be buying a Mac. Overpriced. When I look at the specs on the iPhones and I look at the spec on my phone, I think, crikey, I've got a darn sight more memory on my phone than yours. On the iPhone 16. Which was, to me, besides, it does everything I need to do. Where are my keys? I haven't lost them ever. Oh, okay. Phew. Just get these windows down for the dogs. There you go. Yeah, so, I just, quite happy happy with what I got. And I literally just bought another device yesterday, another mobile phone. But it's actually an old one. It's an old phone. It's a new phone, but it's an old OnePlus 6. And the reason I bought it is because it's got a microphone. It's got a headphone socket on it. And I already have one of them, but it's got a broken screen on it. And I've had that phone for ages. It's quite an old design though. But it still does good video. And that's all I want it for. So I was using a video camera in my workshop. Some of my videos, and it was just getting dusty inside. I'm getting dust behind the lens, so I thought, sod, I have to get something that's sealed. So I thought, I'll make do with a phone in there. Make my videos now on the phone. So I've got a new phone that I'm literally, it's cheap as well. Let's see what I paid for my first OnePlus. This one's like 100 quid, with 256 gigabytes of storage on it. 8 gigabytes RAM. And obviously, it's a fast phone. I pray Carney stays in, but I worry. I pray. Oh, what do you mean stays in? Oh, what do you mean? Oh, I see. Where we get voted in. Prelev ain't gonna get in. Not after what's been going on with Donald Trump. I can't see it. I really can't see it. I hope he does anyway. Because if Prelev gets in, it's game over. It really is. He's just horrible. He's just a sycophant of Donald Trump's sycophant, isn't he? Oh, interesting. Oh, I just got. Oh, I see now. You got to teach. Teach the lads computing. Well, you've got something simple then, don't you? I'd still go for someone who's got a keyboard though, not laptops, because laptops get all gummed up and people's dirty fingers and that. The thing about a keyboard is you can quite easily clean it without damaging the bloody motherboard underneath. So I'd definitely go for a computer if you've got to teach them a bit, and also you want something you can put a big screen on as well, don't you? So more people can see at the same time, or multiple screens even. Which you can do. You can do 2 screens on a laptop, but that's about it really. Yeah. My home worry is good and shows that you love your great home. Canada. Oh, I see. Prelev is dividing Canada. He is. I don't think he's lost a lot of support though, hasn't he? Oh, it's showing cracks. Is it? Oh God, I hope not. I hope not. Due to China owning the UK steel industry, the MOD has to get metal from France. Okay, metal, electric, food, all from France. For submarines, yeah. Sweden, the Ajax and Challenger 3 are not sure where they are buying metal from, but the Type 26 and 31 and the design Type 83. I gotta get metal from Craigie. It's just nuts, isn't it? This is virgin steel, isn't it? Yeah, you got blast furnaces. That's virgin steel. It's all very well doing recycled steel, which is great for lots of stuff. Obviously, it's better to do so. It requires a lot less heat. So you've already got the steel, haven't you? You're not trying to blast the iron ore, are you? But it can't be used for some stuff. There's impurities in it. Well, and also some steels are alloy. It might be the wrong hardness as well. So it's a matter of carbon. Is it carbon? The amount of carbon they put into steel, into the iron, make it into steel. Can't remember if there's anything else in there. I suppose the tanks are ready. I don't know. Would steel be stronger? But depends on the steel. The thing about the recycled steel is there's no telling what it is there? You have to do some kind of metallurgy on it. No, I didn't see that, Kim. About the I might look into that actually because I'm quite interested in that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's It's overfishing, yeah. And then obviously, even in Scotland and places like that, you know, with these fish salmon farms, it's a little bit grotesque. It's not just Scotland, everywhere actually you do these things, but. For one reason, I don't know why, but my chat is not updating again, so I can't see what's going on there. Anyway, I think it's time for me to go and take his dogs home. It's going to get hot in the car. Here it is. So, I bet. You right, boys and girls? Oh, not too bad. I'll give him a drink before I go. Toodaloo! Thanks for joining us. Much appreciated. Thanks for the super chats and that as well. It was like my throat is going now. I feel that. So it's got a real tickle. Oh, crikey. Oh, anyway. Toodaloo! Have a lovely day and have a lovely Easter. But just give a thought to some people who are having a hard time at the moment, like for instance, I don't know, like Garcia, people like that would be abducted basically, because it's an abduction. And people are very scared. People are scared. They're worried, they're scared, they're frightened. You know, the troubles in the world as it is, let alone what's going on in the United States and other countries, as, you know, with Ukraine. Crikey, imagine Gaza. Horrendous. Anyway, I'm glad I'm here. Anyway, toodaloo. Say bye-bye, guys. A little treat there, might be a minute. What's that? Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, it's food. Yeah, it's food. We know what you like with food. Ooh, ooh. Sebastian. Oh, that's that one. Pandora. You got to try, girl. You got to try. There you go. Oh, that's it. Okay, should we go? All right. So you got to wave. Wave bye-bye. Toodaloo.